for Chief Meteorologist George Lessons now with a look ahead. Hi, George.
Yeah, we got an active week coming up. A little light rain later on tomorrow, and again towards the end of the week. That also may have some more of that pesky snow, but spring officially arriving. Astronomical spring here in just a few hours at a few minutes, I should say, at 5:25. So here in about 20 minutes or so, we'll see the sun cross the equator and head closer to us. So we got more sunshine than usual. Lots of clouds have moved in this afternoon. There might be a sprinkle of rain out of those showing up on the radar, but not really reaching the ground other than maybe just a few sprinkles on your windshield. We got a little stationary front to our north that's causing that, but that's going to lift to the north overnight tonight. We're going to get even milder here tomorrow. Currently, we're in the upper 40s here in Grand Rapids. We'll break the 50-degree mark again here during the day tomorrow. A little bit closer to home, temperatures are a little bit cooler north, low 40s there, but upper 40s down to the south. And again, most of our active weather will come a couple, 3 rounds here between now and next Monday. We'll talk about the rain and, yes, that snow coming up in just a few minutes.
You know, it's the first day of spring today, which is so exciting, but I don't know if it's going to be staying like spring-like weather for too much longer.
I know. Chief Meteorologist George Lessons out on the weather deck. George, what does Mother Nature have against weekends?
I have no idea because he's got another one coming up this weekend, I think.
Ouch.
Yeah, boy, Saturday, I don't, that's just unbelievable. I'm speechless.
Oh, no.
It's just so bad this past Saturday. Yeah, a lot of snow, but now today, 20 degrees warmer. Yeah, that's March and spring for you. 13 weather ball is red, which means even milder weather ahead. Into the 50s tomorrow. This view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Mainly cloudy overnight. You might get a sprinkle, but it's not going to amount to anything. Back up around 50 plus here tomorrow, but more clouds than anything else. Mild day. We got a little stationary front to our north. That's just kind of meandering through the region. We're on the warm side of it this time, but there might be a couple of sprinkles next couple of hours. Other than that, it's going to be fairly quiet. We are going to get closer to another shot of some rain. That will come Tuesday night into Wednesday. So that's round 1. It'll all be very light. And then there'll be a second round coming on in. This is more rain on Wednesday night through Thursday night. There's going to be a final round coming in toward the end of the week. This will start late in the day on Friday. It'll be Friday night into Saturday when it changes from rain over to snow, and another snow maker on Saturday may have some accumulation with it. And then as we get into early next week, there'll be yet another round coming in for Monday. Rainfall, most of that will be light here at the next 24 hours. More rain, though, as we get into that Friday-Saturday system. There could be anywhere from 2/3 of an inch to over an inch of precipitation. So this is going to be a wet system as it's all coming up from the south. And yes, at the end of this, there could be a path of some snow, maybe an inch to as much as 4 inches. This area is still subject to change. It could shift a little bit further south, a little bit further north, but just keep in mind that there is snow toward the end of the week. At least the weather pattern will act a little more normal. Upper 40s to around 50 from the 26th through the 30th, with the cold air staying out west, warm air staying in the southeast. In terms of precipitation, we have a higher chance for more precipitation during that 5-day period. So for tonight, mainly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 30s. Northern part of the lakeshore, mid and upper 30s on the southern part of the lakeshore. Northern part of our viewing area, right around freezing along US 10, mid 30s in Fremont and Greenville. Grand Rapids southward will stop right around 34 or so with a light south wind. 13 on your side forecast. So some active weather next to several days with those multiple rounds of precipitation. Look at Saturday's temperature. At least it's not 27. It'll be in the low 40s, so some of that snow will melt. 50s again on Sunday, and then 40s climbing back into the 50s the middle part of next week.
It is indeed the first day of spring, and the sunshine making it feel nice as well.
Yeah, that is nice. Chief Meteorologist George Lessons outside on the weather deck. And George, nice to see that sun, but I don't know if we're quite done with winter yet, are we?
We are not. That'll be at the end of the week again. Guess what day?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, of course.
That's been the trend.
Yeah, Friday night, Saturday. Yeah, let's talk about the positive stuff, though. Yeah, spring is here officially. We got more daylight than darkness now, and temperatures are at least well above freezing. Couldn't get much colder than that Saturday. 13 weather ball is red. Warmer weather into the 50s ahead for your Tuesday. And this view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Here's Abby and Raquel. They're looking good. Lori, take Abby and Raquel out anytime. It will be comfortable. Green Paw for your evening walk, your morning walk. It'll be in the 40s this evening, 30s in the morning, mainly just cloudy skies. Tomorrow, still a bit of sunshine where the solar energy farms are located. 8.4 out of a 10-point scale to generate green electricity from the sun. Wind will be down a lot from today. Yeah, another windy day today. Winds will be very light out of the south here tomorrow. Stationary front to our north had a couple of sprinkles with it over southern Lake Michigan. Going to stay dry here for the most part tonight. Those models are showing a little bit of that sprinkle activity, but a dry day coming up here tomorrow before we start to see the first of several rounds of rain. This rain will come in for Tuesday night and early Wednesday. It'll all be very light. There'll be another more significant round coming in for Wednesday night through Thursday. Third round of precipitation comes in on Friday. Nothing in the morning Friday, but by late in the day, here comes some light rain, and because it's going to be a little bit colder on the tail end of that, that rain will change over to snow on Saturday morning, and then that will end. But we could see accumulation with that. And at the end of the weekend, a little bit of Sunday sunshine, but there's another system that will be coming through on Sunday night and Monday. So we'll get a little bit of light rain with that first system. A little bit more, actually a lot more, with the second one coming in for late Friday into early Saturday. There could be over an inch of precipitation with that. And yes, there is still snow for the Great Lakes region. Right now, Euro model has it all from Grand Rapids northward, but this could shift to the southeast over the next few days. Just like you don't want to leave the first quarter of a football game, you want to stay tuned to the fourth quarter to see actually what the score will end up being. Forecast long range as we get into the first 3 days of April. Some of that colder air spilling down into lower Michigan, so we have a higher chance for colder temperatures, which at that time has highs around 50 to 52 and still in that favored storm track. A little higher chance for more precipitation. Yes, we do get about an inch of snow during that 7-day period. Tonight, though, mainly cloudy. Low to mid-30s northern part of the lakeshore, upper 30s the southern part with that wind out of the south, and calming down later on. South winds at 5 to 10 up north, around 31 along US 10, mid-30s in Fremont and Greenville, and right around 34 from Grand Rapids down to the south under mostly cloudy skies. 13 on your side forecast. Light rain Tuesday night into Wednesday, into Thursday morning. We'll cool off into the 40s then on Friday with overnight rain changing to snow, and it'll be very windy and only 42 Saturday. That's better than this last Saturday's 27. Back to 52 and dry on Sunday before more rain moves in for Sunday night and Monday, and then we'll climb back into the 50s starting next Wednesday with more sunshine.
Lots of sunshine on this very first day of spring.
About time. We missed it. Chief Meteorologist George Lessons outside on the weather deck. You know, is this going to stick around, though? I have a feeling we're not going to be so lucky.
Yeah, we had our sunshine, Sunday and today, and that was about it after that very bitterly cold and snowy Saturday. Looking ahead, we have more clouds than anything else, and the 13 weather ball is red. Warmer weather ahead into the 50s everywhere. This view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Was in the 40s for the most part today. Downwind of Lake Michigan and up north under the low and mid 40s, upper 40s to even near 50 over in Ionia. We only forecast 44 yesterday for today. We'll get back on track hopefully here during the day tomorrow within 3 degrees. Temperatures right now are cooling off back into the mid and upper 40s, 50 across the lake, and today's temperatures are about 5 to even as much as a dozen degrees warmer than they were yesterday, and it was definitely warmer than Saturday. We had a little lazy stationary front overhead, maybe a couple of sprinkles, but there are also some breaks in the clouds. Now, we are watching several systems coming on in. Sprinkles will go away this evening. That would be just about it. We're going to start our day with lots of clouds. A cloudy day here tomorrow, and then we're going to see one of several rounds of rain. This is all very light rain coming in tomorrow. This is Tuesday night through Wednesday. Not going to amount to a whole lot, certainly just enough to wet the ground, but more rain coming in for Wednesday night and Thursday. This could be some good soakers. It'll all be rain with this system, and that will depart on Thursday. Friday will be a dry day, but it will become cloudy, and then Friday night into Saturday, that's the trouble system. Lots of rain. It will change over to some snow, and there may be some accumulation through the day on Saturday. Wow, does that sound familiar? And then during the day on Sunday, we'll have just mainly cloudy skies. Should be a dry day. In terms of precipitation, a little bit of light precipitation with that Tuesday night, Wednesday system. The bulk of the wet weather will come Friday night through Saturday. We could see anywhere from 1¼ inches of rain to maybe 1.5 inches. Yeah, that's a good soaker. And there is also some snow on the tail end of that system. Right now, we're looking at about 1 to 4 inches across the region. This area may slide to the south and east as we get closer to the week. So we'll be updating the amounts and the actual areas where it may snow toward the end of the week. Forecast then for tomorrow, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, mid and upper 40s on the north half of the lakeshore zone, around 50 to the low 50s on the south half of the lakeshore zone. Up north, you could expect temperatures around 50, warmer than today, low 50s in Fremont, and in Greenville, winds will be a lot lighter than they have been since last Friday, and a light south wind here in the greater Grand Rapids area as well on your Tuesday, up into the low and mid 50s, warmer than our average high. 13 on your side forecast. That average high is 46, but you can see a little bit of light rain again, recapping Tuesday night, Wednesday through Thursday morning. Friday night will be the rain changing to accumulating snow and very windy on the tail end of that system Saturday, but instead of the 20s, it'll be in the low 40s in the afternoon, so some of that snow will melt. Again, Sunday night into Monday, some more rain, and then after that, drying out for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the following week. Temperatures recovering back into the 50s.